Let us commence, shall we? One moment. Do 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 do. Now, Akira, I've been looking all over for you. We received news regarding Flahamin, Hordy Boulder, and Coltonet. Really? Has something happened? No, it's nothing bad, quite the opposite. In fact, it seems that once they learned the Sun's good name has been restored, they boarded the next ship bound for Limsa. They should be arriving any moment now. It's easy to forget how useful link pearls are, isn't it? When they work, I mean, and you don't mind being spied on. Quite, but what wonderful news to think that our reunion is close at hand. A pleasure to see you too, Alphino. Thancred and Krell. What brings the two of you here? Krell and I have been looking into how we might track down Minfilia. And we may just have found the answer. Akira, when you were fleeing Ul'dah with Minfilia, you said that Hydaelyn spoke to her shortly before you parted ways, yes? Well, assuming that is true, and I see no reason to suspect that it is not, it seems reasonable to conclude that Hydaelyn commanded her to remain behind. This is to say the Mother Crystal directly intercepted to guide Minfilia. Admittedly, this is all still quite hypothetical, but I propose that such intervention, however subtle, must surely leave some residual trace, a lingering disturbance in the ether, or ripple, if you will. In order to establish the existence of such ripples, of course, we will require suitable data. Fortunately, I know where such data can be found. The background where Akira felled the ultimate weapon, and the site of my personal ignominy. 'Twas there that Hydaelyn intervened to shield her with the magic I invoked. Krell and I will infiltrate the castrum and analyze the aether therein. The two of you alone? I have a proven knack of subterfuge, and I am confident there will be sufficient nooks and crannies in which to hide Krell while the patrons pass. Besides, if you and Akira come along, who will see to Flahamin's grand homecoming? When you put it like that, very well, I will trust in your plan. I know not whether this deal will yield a means to find Minfilia, but it will at the very least eliminate another avenue of inquiry. Tataru and I will return to the Rising Sun and make preparations for our comrades' return. Might I impose upon you to meet them in Limsa docks? There we go. I closed my eyes for a second. Then I shall see the 4 of you at the Rising Stones. Safe travels. Ba-da-da. Let's go to the Arcanist area. That's where the dogs are. Oh, Akira, how have you been? Come out here. Let me have a good look at you. Think to 12, one hears the strangest tales in foreign lands. I worried about you all every day. We would have sent word sooner, but the Braves afforded us no opportunity when they fell upon us in the market. It was all we could do to escape. Tataru found her way to you, of course, but we were forced to seek shelter aboard a Hannish vessel. It pains us not being there when you needed us most, but we made the most of it, didn't we, Colternet? Studied and trained from dusk to dawn, we did. We would have sent word sooner, but we knew not whom to trust, and with the vast distance. But those dark days are behind us at all. I shall be glad indeed to return home and speak with my daughter. What do you mean she's missing? How could you let this happen? Forgive me, I'm sure you are doing everything in your power to find her. As Tancred must be, he watched over her from the first, long before me, and he will watch over her to the last. I shall pray for her safe return and busy myself in the meantime. For a certainty, there is much and more to be done. The Braves may have bloodied us, but the path remains, and we shall not be swayed from it. Aye, that's the spirit to the science and long overdue reunion. Huzzah! Well, there you have it. To the Rising Stones.
Well done, sir. And with that, I believe we are ready to proceed.
Let us be about our business, then. The next patrol may not be so credulous.
Why must you be so disappointingly brusque? You're not at all as Minfilia described, you know. I don't think you've favoured me with so much as a single compliment since we set out. Tell me, did your time in the wilderness sap you of all your charm? Or are you holding it in reserve for your beloved?
This is neither the time nor the place.
Well, call me old-fashioned, but when I'm risking life and limb infiltrating an Imperial castrum, I like to be sure of my comrades' motivations.
see now where Alphino gets it from. Minfilia is dear to me, it is true, but not in the way you think. 15 years passed, when she was still but a child. There was an incident at a parade. A Gubu broke free of its fetters and ran amok through the streets of Ul'dah. Had I been more attentive, I could have prevented it. But I was distracted, and her father was killed. I feared she would never recover. But in the years that followed, she showed herself to be more resilient than I had ever imagined. And when she learned of her gift, she did not flinch from the responsibility, but sought to guide others on the path. She touched the hearts of all around her. Mine, Louisoix, every science. In those dark days following the calamity, she was our guiding light, our hope for a brighter future. She had so many dreams, and I would give anything to make them come true.
My apologies. I can see she means the world to you. I did not mean to pick at old scars.
No harm done, I assure you. But fair is fair, my lady. What is Minfilia to you?
You mean you don't know? Only my dearest friend. When I finally emerged from my torpor, I learned that nary a day had passed without her asking after me. She never gave up hope. And neither will I.
Then for Minfilia's sake, let us pray that these vestiges of Hydaelyn's intervention will lead us to her.
Alright, let's return to Revenant's Toll, shall we? Nope, that's not Revenant's Toll. That's... there we go. It feels good to be home again. To think that everyone is waiting for us just beyond those doors, friends and family with whom we have shared so much. God's help me, but the older I get, the more sentimental I become. Come, let us not keep them waiting. Elaine, Hemfamine, it fills my heart with joy to see you both hale and healthy, and what of Higiri? She is well, though aboard a mission on a mission at present. And just happens the same without you. Welcome back, my lady. We've done, we could do, with more of that around here. Heartfelt reunions with stalwart companions brings a bloody tear in my eye. To secret oneself in a ship hold to secure safe passage to a faraway land. This is a tale we know all too well. When they are well rested, I should like to seek a formal introduction. Why wait, my friend? Come, there is no need to be shy. Pray grant me a moment longer at least, though I am happy to oblige you. My legs are rather less accommodating. Ulcher, what in the seven hells drove my little brother to come to Mordona? Why, you brother, you in the science, of course. For 1,000 days I trained that I might grow as strong as you, that I might fight alongside you. Yet now that you are here, I sense that you have surpassed me once more. No, do not tell me. You trained with the Hanesh, did you not? Your eyes do not deceive you, brother. I have studied the trials of the braves and drunk deep of the souls of mine enemies. Glad that I am to be home. I cannot help but think of those who have yet to return. Once we have settled in, I would join the search. It's been so long since I've seen them all like this. Too long. 'Twas the chaos born of my foolish ambition which forced them to flee. Though they have returned, there are others yet missing, others whom we cannot forsake. We'll find them, Alphino. I know we will. Min Filia, Yada, Paplomeo, every last one. And when they walk through those doors, we'll be here to welcome them home. With me at the head of the queue, of course. Thinkrit and Krell contacted us a short while ago. It would seem that their foray into Castrum Mederianum bore fruit. They asked that we rendezvous with them and Yustola in Idleshire, where they will share their findings. Rude though it is to depart without speaking to all the guests of honor, I expect she shall forgive me if I return with her daughter. My apologies. I see I am last to arrive. So what's the news have you for us? Well, as we postulated, there were indeed what appeared to be the remnants of an unexplained disturbance in the aether at the scene of ultimate weapons destruction. A ripple at odds with the preceding pattern. Though faint, the waveforms bore a strong resemblance of those observed following the destruction of Isle of Val, when I believe Heidelin shielded me with the blessing of light. To confirm our findings, we paid a visit to Sildith Aqueducts. There we detected the same waveform, but orders of magnitude larger as one would expect of a more recent disturbance. Heidelin, there is no other explanation. But there is more. When I studied the site where Ystola used the flow, it appeared that not 2 but 3 beings had been affected. Yet, unlike Ystola and Thinkred, there was no trail to follow. Our unknown third party was simply there, and there, then not there. Now I recall your visions of a vast crystal floating in a sea of ether, though this too is but a theory. Studies of gifted subjects suggest that when communing with Heidelin, we briefly leave our bodies behind. So let us consider the facts. 1. Heidelin interceded. 2. A 3 being was caught in Yostola's flow and vanished without a trace. And 3. Heidelin may have capacity to summon the consciousness of gifted individuals to her side. You are implying, I take, that Heidelin guided Minfilia into the compass of the magic, that she might summon her body and soul onto the ethereal sea, in which case we must needs continue our search there for a blessing. The means to do so already exists. I speak of the anti-tower, the Salian construction conceived to provide scholars a vantage point over the ethereal sea. Though I know not where its entrance lies, we needs only ask its last custodian, a contrary old crone who, for another blessing, refused to join the Exodus. Master Matoya was the keeper of the anti-tower? I had no idea. Then our course is clear. We must petition her aid once again. Oh, what a surprise. Well, the secrets have you come to extract from me this time. Though it pains me to admit your words strike close to the mark, we humbly ask that you grant us entry to the anti-tower, that we might use it to seek a friend who we believe has been transported to the ethereal sea. And who told you I could do such a thing, I wonder? The tower was abandoned to its magic's keepers 15 years ago. They have the run of the place now. That if that is no derrant to you, then by all means. Is that all? I felt sure you would seek to dissuade us from our course, given your role as custodian. Role? Hardly. The Forum foisted the title on me. During the Exodus, every entrance to the anti-tower was sealed save one. My role consisted of making sure no one with ill intent sneaks through it. Such was the Forum's final order to me. Well, I can remove the wards right now. Will you be going or not? We will, Master Matoya. We will do whatever it takes to find Minfilia. We'll see about that. Akira can go take the magicless rogue too if you like. He's no use to me. The rest of you will stay and work, and I'll hear no argument. Those are my terms. Oh, and I should be delighted to accompany you. Lead the way, Akira. Serkin, no. Your etheric flow has been compromised. Do not deny it. To venture into the environment so thick with ether, so close to the ethereal sea, would be to risk further impairment or worse. But Minfilia could be in there waiting for us. And you could die, and for what? If she's waiting beyond, Akira will find her. Trust in her. Have faith. Damn it all. Bring her back to us. And that unlocks the anti-tower. Okay, so this concludes this episode of 14. In the next one, we'll dwell in the anti-tower. Till then, have a nice day.